One of the most popular songs that protested against nuclear warfare was and still is Neunundneunzig Luftballons by the German rock band Nena, with lead singer Gabriel Susan Kellner, whose vocals bring the song to life. The song was such a hit that the band tried making an English version, but they couldn't come up with the lyrics, even though their English is pretty good. The problem was that they were trying to get the message of anti-nuclear warfare untranslated, but it did not really match the original rhythmicality of the song. Others tried and did not succeed as well, not until a singer from the United States was given the song and asked if he could come up with the English lyrics. He asked one of his German friends what the song meant just to get the gist of the whole instance, but he couldn't remember making the syllables match the German ones. So that is why in the English version of 99 Red Balloons, the message is not as clear as the German one. I will play some parts of the music video for Neunundneunzig Luftballons. I have embedded the German lyrics for any of those who would like to sing along. And instead of putting the lyrics to 99 Red Balloons, I have translated the German lyrics into English with the use of my Deutsch dictionary. In the beginning of the song, Nena says, "Dann ziemlich eigentlich vor dich, von 99 Luftballons auf ihrem Weg zum Horizont." Then I'll sing a song for you about 99 balloons on their way to the horizon. Love balloon isn't really a word for a balloon. It's a term for a plastic toy. The term derives from the German word for air, Luft. But the meaning of Luft as a noun does not qualify the type of balloon. However, as an adjective meaning aerial, resulting in an understanding that the balloons Nena is talking about are airborne. Later on the song, Nena goes on to say, "Und das so was von sowas kommt," which means, and that such a thing comes from such a thing. She says that she will sing a song that explains that such a thing, referring to the effects after the war, comes from such a thing. Here is referring to the 99 Red Balloons, aka the nuclear weapons dropping from the sky. Okay, so before this part, there was a break in which the video showed many nuclear explosions while Nena kept saying 99 balloons. So this part that I'm going to explain is the aftermath of the nuclear war, which is referring back to the beginning of the song, of her saying that such a thing comes from such a thing. At the beginning of the last stanza of the song, she sings 99 Jahre, which means 99 years of war. Now, you may be thinking the Cold War wasn't 99 years, but the Cold War was one of the longest wars ever in the history of humankind. People living during that time often thought that the war was not going to end until the Soviet Union and the United States destroyed the world. Besides the fact of repeating the number 99 throughout the song, it is supposed to emphasize just how long the Cold War had been going on. Then Nena goes on to say, "Ließen keinen Platz für Sieger," which means left no room for victors. So this 99 years of war left no room for victors. This could even mean literally everyone died due to this nuclear war. But I believe she means that in the end there was no victor, because even if one country managed to survive the war a bit better off, they still will be suffering from the effects of a bomb for many years to come. So does it really matter who the victor is when the longevity of humanity is at stake? The next song I will show and go over is Breathing by English singer Kate Bush. After the lyrics interpretation, I will show an interview Kate Bush did in which she spoke about the song and its purpose. Okay, so in this line, I've been out before, but this time it's much safer in. As one could see in the video, Kate Bush appears to be in some sort of plastic bubble, and wrapped in a type of plastic that will make it seem as if she is missing some body parts. Well, she is supposed to be representing a fetus, so if she's a fetus, then how is it possible that she has been out before, right? Well, Kate Bush was once asked just what did this line mean, I've been out before, and she responded that it is in the belief of reincarnation. So she has already lived, and now she is a baby, but she realizes that this lifetime is safer for her to stay in her mother's womb. Then she says, last night in the sky, such a bright light, meaning last night a nuclear bomb was dropped. Then she says, my radar sent me danger, but my instincts tell me to keep breathing. Now, based that she said that last night there was a bright light, one can deduce that she probably wasn't at ground zero, because if that were the case, she will already be pulverized. So just what exactly is the danger that her radar is sensing? Well, she's referring to the toxic fallout. Then she says, but my instincts tell me to keep breathing. A person needs to breathe in order to survive. It's something that we just do naturally. So even though she knows that the air is toxic due to the fallout, the mother can't help but breathe in the toxins, and this affects the fetus, slowly killing the mother and the baby in her womb. Near the end of the song, there is a break in which a speaker explains aspects of a nuclear explosion. It is pretty straightforward, so I won't be going over it.
Now, a much-used phrase in the 50s and early 60s was living in the shadow of the bomb. And those of us who remember the CND, the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament's marches, will also remember the Ban the Bomb ballads from singers like Joan Baez. Well, today, many people believe that with increasing tension in the Middle East, we've never been closer to the prospect of nuclear war. And with headlines echoing that fear, over the last few weeks, it's not surprising that a singer should produce a song with the same sentiments as those in the 50s, but in a style that belongs entirely in the 80s. The singer is the British star Kate Bush, and the song is called Breathing.
Well, Kate, that's a total departure from the sort of romantic songs you've been associated with in the past. Now, is there any significance in that?
I think only significance in as much as it's a subject that's very real, and is obviously more outspoken than a lot more of my songs, yeah.
When you say it's real, to you personally?
I think to me personally, and especially to the public.
Do you, seriously believe, for instance, that the world is drifting towards war and that concerns you?
I hope not. I hope that we're not drifting towards war, but it does concern me tremendously. Yes, it does. As one of the human beings on this earth, I think we should be very concerned about looking after each other than destroying each other, which we are doing gradually anyway.
But what do you say to the criticism that might be put, that actually that kind of song is a commercial exploitation of a difficult world situation?
Yes, absolutely. I think that's the sort of thing that people would be quite likely to say, and I would expect that of people, quite rightly so. But in fact, when I did write the song, it was from a purely emotional, personal point of view, that I was incredibly struck at what we were doing to each other, and that just one button, one bomb, could do one hell of a lot to any of us. And I thought it was something I had to say. And at the time, it wasn't something I was thinking of commercially. It was purely an emotional exercise.
Do you think in any sense that it marks a return to the kind of protest songs that were so familiar in the 60s?
Yes, I think that's a very interesting angle. I think people were very aware at that time of what could happen. And I think at this time, again, people are even more aware, because there is such a real shadow of it happening all over the world.